Boosh! Alright, what's up everybody? We are live. I am loud. I apologise if I just frightened anybody, but how are we all doing? Happy Halloween? Question mark? I know it's not Halloween, but exciting things are coming up on Halloween. Things that I, and I'm sure you also want to be a part of. So I thought I'd get in early now because Saturday nights aren't particularly busy for me. It's a day when I can just relax, spend some time with you guys, get animated, and think about what we're going to be experiencing over the next couple of weeks. Much of which is to be revealed on Halloween. Hence why I'm not going live that night, because I'm going to be watching a live stream. Bandai's live stream, in fact, the Halloween Scream stream, I'm sure a lot of you guys are already familiar with. But hello everybody, it is great to see you all in the chat. Look at all these familiar faces. What's up, Mal? Hello, Nick. Cool Games members up in the building already. Look at that. Yes, Nightmare, OP Gamer, Jack, Lost a Monster, Sigma Slurper, Just GKS. I'm really glad you're here. Stick around, because I want to talk about Just GKS before long anyway. Crazy YouTubers in the building as well. What is up? Hello, Whiskey. Happy birthday for tomorrow, Whiskey the Opossum. Hello, Osama. How are you? Assalamu alaikum. Oi, oi. Tom Asher. What's up? Fulcrum. Welcome. Welcome. Ah, Tan. Hello there. Hello. Hello, a little bit of nightmares. Fipsy B2. Who's Fipsy B2? I'm only messing with you, my brother. How are you, younger brother? You doing all right? It's really good to see you, Fipsy. Bro, I really enjoyed your reaction to my most recent video, by the way, Fipsy. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Those of you guys who don't know who Fipsy B2 is, he's also a theorist like myself, specialising on the Nowhere and the Little Nightmares franchise. But he also has a series where he reacts to some of my videos, where I've created these speculative DLCs. And honestly, his reactions are priceless. Go check him out. What's up, KR? How's it going? Altac, how are you? Low and Alone are back in the building. What's up, everyone? Noah, hello, welcome back. Cornelius Corner, what is up? Yeah, really good to see you. The Oldest Nightmare, hello there. Welcome to the stream, Oldest Nightmare. It's really good to see you. You should also stick around because I'm going to talk about you today also. John Savino, hey Gemini, what's your favourite monster in Little Nightmares? The Teacher. I love the Teacher, but I also hate the Teacher because she frightens me more than anything else. She is petrifying. To me, she is the epitome of this style of horror. I think she's excellent. All of them have merit, don't get me wrong. There isn't any enemy where I'm like, meh. I think they're all top tier. That's one of the main reasons I haven't done a tier list, is because it would just, like, I wouldn't rank anything really low. To me, these games are like the upper echelon of gaming, so yeah. Waiting for the upcoming DLC chapter. Might be a little while, that one, because I had to churn out the last one in record time, hence why I'm a little bit sick, because I've been working like 4 projects back to back and it's a little bit difficult to stack them up. But I'm going to cover some more of that in this stream as well. But I'm glad you're excited for it, and you should be, because I've got some pretty cool ideas. I think you'll enjoy them. What did you guys think of my last one, by the way? If you guys who've seen chapter 4, what did you think? And did you like my new ideas? Mr. Unknown, hello and welcome. I seen you got in early today. Hey, Bookworm, how's it going? You better not have forgotten me. I will make you remember. Oh, is that so? Oh, it's on now. I can channel my inner Conor McGregor right now. Just a quick sound check, guys. Am I too loud for you right now? Because I did mess with the mic recently to see if I could up the quality of these videos and stuff, but I also don't want to be too loud, so the mic might dip in and out now and again, and I apologize for that. But hopefully you should be able to hear me nice and crisp and clean with no background radiation and or like sound bleed coming into the mic. And also you should be able to hear the backing track. So I've got like the Little Nightmares 2 OST play. Well, there's like a couple of random Little Nightmares tracks that I particularly like playing in the background, all composed and developed by lead, I think he's lead audio designer, Tobias Lilja. But yeah, just sorry, let me know if you guys can hear everything okay and comfortable. Also, if I keep looking this way, it's because today I lit a candle. Like a man. Okay? But it smells really nice, and I thought it was quite Halloween-y. And to be fair, I expected it to be darker in this room than it is. But if I turn my light out, it's a bit too dark. It gets a bit Halloween-y with my red and purple lights and what have you, but I didn't know if it was too dark, and my footage goes a bit grainy, and I'm like, yeah, I don't know, I like the candle anyway, it smells good. Osama, I agree, the teacher is absolutely terrifying. Altak as well, yeah, she stresses me out. I don't know why, but she just gets me nervous. Like, I get hot and like a bit shaky whenever she pops up. Yes, vanilla candle, because vanilla, the scent of vanilla, activates endorphins in the brain that trick you into thinking that you're happy. It releases like a positive endorphin. I think it's called serotonin. Is it serotonin? I can't remember. I'm very tired, by the way. I haven't slept in a good long while. I'm very, very sleepy. But I'm going to try really hard to keep up with you guys as best I can. Again, I'm really sorry if I'm missing a lot of these chats and things like that. As you can see, there's quite a few of you guys in here, and I'm all on my own, and you know me by now. I like to respect my audience enough to read your comments and what you have to say in the live chat, and then address them personally with thought and depth, rather than just waving off comments, just being like, you know, chapter 4 was absolutely awesome, brother, definitely a favourite one so far. Okay, cool. You know, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to thank Fipsy for what he said, because he said some very kind words, and they're true. And then I'm going to recommend his channel to you. You know, like, I like to address everybody as an individual and respect you as such while I'm currently able. And I am quite limited in how long I'm going to be able to keep that up, depending on the growth of the channel. Oh! It's Mama on Dad. So, MadPunk82. Hi, it's Mama on Dad's phone. Tee spooky. That's my mum. Mama Gemini's in the chat. Everybody say hi to my mum. Hello, Ma. How are you, Mama? You doing all right? I'd say hello to Dad, but fuck Dad. No, I'm only joking. He'll get it. He'll get it. I promise I'm not a douche. People think I'm a proper douche now because they don't understand that the relationship. Me and my parents are very close, like really, really close. And my dad has like cast iron skin. He's uninsultable. It doesn't work. In fact, if I was to say something pleasant to my dad, it'd probably upset him. What are you going to give away today? Well, I'm going to discuss that, Nick, actually, because I have a plan for what I'm going to give away today, and I think a lot of you guys will be interested. Some of you might not be so interested in it, but I certainly am, and I think you'll probably like it. Julian, have you considered setting up a Gemini Discord server? I absolutely have. In fact, I do have one, but it's a members-only Discord at the moment, and it's literally just so that I can give my members something back, like a means to communicate with me directly more frequently than everybody else. So, like, as it stands, all of you guys can communicate with me openly, and I will be like very receptive of it in these streams. But throughout the rest of the month, I'm practically impossible to get a hold of unless you're a part of my Discord, in which case you'll get like priority responses because, and again, I'm going to sound really big-headed here, but if I go on Discord, I get hundreds of messages every day, which is wonderful, but it's difficult to keep up. And I try not to sit there, well, I don't have all day because I work other jobs as well. Like, YouTube isn't my only job, so it's difficult for me to respond to everyone, especially in good time. So even if you do write to me on Discord, you might be waiting 3 or 4 days before I actually respond, which doesn't feel good. You know, I feel like I'm disrespecting you, and you might think that I'm some kind of douche that's just like, oh, he's so ignorant, he doesn't even answer his fans, you know, and it's not that. I do value you guys, it's just impossible to keep up because I am not a hyper-intelligent AI. Yet. Oh, hello, Mama Gemini. Yes, everyone said hello to my mum. Everyone's saying hi, Ma. My mum doesn't really keep up with technology either, so there's a good chance she's not reading these comments. But I will say a blanket drop. Everybody said hi to Mama Gemini, and they're all wishing you well, Mama. Excited for the Halloween trailer. I hope we get a demo soon for 2024. We waited a whole year. We deserve one. We do deserve one. And I'm sure we will. Like I say, I believe that we'll get it in good time. I don't think that they're going to leave us in the lurch too much longer. Especially considering it's Halloween. Like, of all the times to promote a horror-based game. And now, I know that some people would argue that Little Nightmares is not strictly horror. And it's not. If you ask the developers, they would consider it more of a cat and mouse style game, or a charming horror kind of thing. So it's not strictly a horror game. So you can be forgiven for like bypassing the Halloween period and being like, you have to advertise at Halloween. No, you don't. These guys could advertise it at Christmas and we'd love it, right? There is rhyme and reason for everything that's happening at the moment, guys. But have patience, little ones. Nick, no, you don't have to become a member for the giveaway. Members have a slightly better chance of winning the giveaway, but you don't have to be a member. Everybody gets one free entry. All you got to do is type the word spooky in all caps, and that will get you one free entry. It only works once, so you don't have to spam. All the details are in the description below, and for the benefit of the people who don't want to read the description, or if it changes or anything, I am going to read it aloud for you guys as soon as I get through my greeting. What if the trailer is just a 1 minute? What if the trailer is just a 1 minute Necropolis highlight? I mean, I'd be kind of mad. I would be kind of mad. But it is. It is. Z7 Studios, hello Gemini, I've returned from the flame to be in the stream. Hello, Z7 Studios, how are you? I do hope you're doing well and welcome to the stream. I'm happy you could join us on this early Halloween live stream. Been in the Discord server a few times, think I keep getting kicked out because I'm not in it anymore. Ghoul just out here offending the devs. Alright then. Oh, my mama says, thanks lovely Gemini friends, bye-bye. Bye-bye, mama. It was nice of you to stop in and say hello to everybody. Thank you. Yeah, and of course, like, you can type it more than once, but it will only be counted once. And again, it's not going to be counted today. In fact, I'm going to get right on with this because there's plenty of you guys, about 40 of you guys in here now, which I think is plenty to get started. So I'm going to open, because there's a bunch of stuff I want to discuss today. In fact, I have a tab open for it. Several things I want to discuss, and also, it's not going to be the longest stream we've ever done, because I do have an appointment tonight that I would really like to keep, and I prefer not to disrespect the people I've intended to keep this appointment with. Also, Notorious Bass, I know you're here, I saw you. There you are, the Notorious Bass. Ma'am, if you're still here, Notorious Bass, he's the gentleman I spoke to you about from New York, the Italian, who's walking here. That's him, and he says hi. Yeah, Notorious Bass, very dear friend of mine, and a very accomplished YouTuber, actually. The guy he's accomplishing things that I couldn't possibly hope to, and I know this because I'm trying to, I'm trying to emulate his style. Basically, like, okay, I'll give this a rundown super fast, and then I'll get into this, I promise. But number one, the Notorious Bass. His link can be found in my channel description because he is a VIP member of my Boom Squad, which is the membership program. The Notorious Bass runs Resident Evil, Silent Hill, and horror games and stuff like that, but he doesn't take damage. Ever. He's literally a no-hit specialist, and that's what he does. He's a member of Team Hitless, which I am going to try and do with Little Nightmares. But weirdly, that's surprisingly difficult. But anyway, I had to get that out there because I know I saw his face and I missed him. Hey, Clamori! Hey, look, Clamori actually won the last giveaway we did. So, you're not allowed to enter. Nah, that's total fabrication. Clamori, you are absolutely welcome to enter this giveaway. But if you win 2 in a row, people are going to be mad. That's all I'm saying. John Savino, hey, what do you think of the Ferryman? I think the Ferryman's one of my favourite characters. He's so spooky and enigmatic, and there's so much to decipher about the Ferryman that we just don't understand, and I really hope that the new comics Descent into Nowhere and the new game Little Nightmares 3 expand on his character somewhat. Yes, I'll bring coffee for Mama Jim. Yes, yeah, I'm all good, Base. I'm all good. Toxin Gamer, hey, how's it going? Oh, sorry, yeah, also, I'm super late to these chats, by the way, so I'm really sorry if I'm missing some of you guys who are saying hello, and I'm just missing it. I promise I'm not ignoring you. I'm just, because I'm so caught up trying to talk to everybody, I will sometimes miss these, but don't worry about it. Okay, so, here is the thing. Oh, what are your thoughts on the ARG? Ghoul Games, I'm actually going to discuss that today during this stream, so stick around. So, for those of you guys who are here for the giveaway, I've got a little thing here that I have to read. Because when you do giveaways and things like that, you can come under controversy, and I don't want that. I just want to make all of the rules and stipulations and everything very, very clear to everybody, and I'm going to read it now for the benefit of those people who are listening to this stream, but aren't watching it or can't watch it, or, you know, whatever the case. I'm going to read out these details, and then we're going to dive in. So, forgive me. All of what I'm about to read can be found in the description below as well, guys, if you want to cross-reference and double-check me. Okay, below are the details of the Halloween prize giveaway for those of you who wish to participate. All viewers will receive one free entry into the prize draw by typing the code SPOOKY, in all caps, in the live chat. Members of the channel will automatically have all of their entries doubled, because I like to give something back to my members, because it's only fair. The fact that they are members means that I can keep creating content. So thank you, members, that's for you. Due to the potential popularity of this event, and in the interest of fair play, all entries will be counted by myself and members of my team after the stream has concluded. You do not have to spam the chat, as every individual gets one entry into the draw. The winner will receive all 4 parts of the new Descent to Nowhere comic series upon its release. Date pending. We don't know when it's coming out, but you will get a copy of each one as they come out from me, because I'm going to buy 2. I'm going to buy one for me, and I'm going to buy one for one of you guys. Well, I'm going to buy 4, because it's a 4-part series. If preferred, the winner may instead choose to receive a gift card of the same value, which we don't know what it is yet, but whatever these price tags are, I'll just add them all up, and I'll send you a gift card to the value. The winner will be announced within 24 hours of the stream's conclusion by way of a community post, after which contact information will be exchanged in order to issue their prize. Should the winner fail to claim their prize within 72 hours of the community announcement being made, their name will be removed from the draw and another will be chosen. Now, with that being said, I hope that those rules and regs and everything are clear. If not, like I said, they are down in the description below. And yeah, all you got to do is type spooky in the chat in all caps. Again, it's fine if you've already done it. It's fine if you do it more than once. They will all be counted, but they will only be counted once. Like, that's why it's me and my team go through it, for, you know, in the interest of fair play, so that nobody's getting more than they're entitled to. That's the idea, is everybody gets a free entry. It's a free prize draw. Nobody has to pay any money. If you do decide to become a member, that will effectively double your chances, but I'm not saying you have to be a member to take part. Everyone can participate regardless, even if that's all you're here for. If you don't even like me, and I know some of you don't, but if some of you, like, if you guys have literally just come here to see if you can get something, then that's absolutely fine, because I would too, let's be honest. But yeah, so that's the rules and regulations, and that is that. So, are we clear, little ones? Also, you'll notice there's a poll up above the chat right there that says trick or treat, and it's currently sitting at 53% trick, which means some of you guys have some serious cojones. I'm proud of you. But the result of that poll might be more important than you think. I'm just saying. But I commend your bravery. Just a little question. Does anyone know when the next trailer drop is? Well, we believe it's going to be on the 30th, Toxin Gamer. We think, because Bandai have advertised a live event of their own called the Halloween Scream Stream, where they've advertised that they will be doing a... I'm going to talk about it a bit later on. I wouldn't like to get all the details wrong, but I am going to bring it up in this stream. But it's on the 30th, and I think it's at 7:30 Pacific Standard Time, I think. I don't know. Again, I'm going to discuss it later, but you can find it all on Bandai's website and on their YouTube channel and on Twitter. It's everywhere. Like, you don't need to depend on me, but I will get you that information. But there's a lot of other stuff to have a look at. But yeah, I do think they've confirmed a trailer for us on the 30th, which we can be excited about. And it'll be live. If you were chosen, how do we claim the prize? So the way it'll work, Bookworm, is you will... I'll put a community post out, and it'll have your picture and your name and a big congratulations. It'll be like, you know, you win. Comment below. And then, like, let's say you win. It'll be your profile picture and your name. You just comment below, and then either myself or a member of my team will email you. It'll probably be me personally. Will email you. We don't put any information in the chat. All that'll be discussed with the winner. But then it becomes like a one-on-one conversation between me and whoever wins, and we organise how I'm going to send your prize to you and where I'm sending it to upon purchase. So hyped. Yeah, me too. Absolutely hyped. I meant to click trick, but I accidentally pressed trick. No, that's totally fine. You can press trick all you want, because I think it's interesting. When it comes to Halloween, everybody wants a treat, and it's very, very rare that anybody does tricks. But when they do, it's really funny. I think the trick side of trick-or-treating got lost on people, because people are just really sensitive these days. Altac, wait, what do you do if you win? Who do you contact when? Don't worry. It literally doesn't matter where you live. You could live in Antarctica. If you win, I will get it to you. All you got to do is just keep an eye out for the community post, because the winner will be announced via community post. It'll come up on YouTube, and you'll be linked. Like, you'll literally be tagged at it in it. Anytime, Toxin, no problem. Karina, hi everyone, are we all excited for the 30th? Yes, I am especially. Me the most. Me most. Nah, I'm sure everybody is just as excited as I am. Hope if a demo for Little Nightmares does release on Steam, I can use that to test my current hardware limitation. Interesting, yeah, that would be a good thing to play with. Because it does look like it's very polished, doesn't it, Little Nightmares 3? It looks like exceedingly good. I'm wondering what their what kind of demands their ultra settings are going to have. Because my computer is a monster, so it can handle most of the like AAA games, no problem. So I'm expecting it'll be able to handle Little Nightmares 3 in full force, which would bring me great joy, considering I intend to record it. What? Fipsy is close to 500 subs. In fact, today I just crossed 7,400, which is cool, but I want 75 before the end of this year. So ideally I'd want 7,500 by the end of this year, if I can. Also, little like side part, because it doesn't necessarily mean anything, but this video that you're watching right now is my 300th video. This is my 300th upload to YouTube today. I've got 299 videos. Oh, it's literally 50-50. Trick or treat is 50-50. Cast your votes, guys. Cast your votes. It's gonna happen. And you don't want me to surprise you. Or maybe you do. Maybe trick's better. Maybe I'm just throwing you a curveball. What if we do 50-50? Yeah, what if you do 50-50? Well, maybe leave it and you'll find out. Puppy Queen, hi, I just joined. What I missed? Nothing. I just read the. I said hello to everyone and read the details of how to enter the giveaway. All of which can be found in the description below. Just drop down there, have a little read of that. All you've got to do is type spooky in all caps for a free entry. Only do it once because you only need to do it once. Everyone gets a freebie. Everyone gets a free entry. Sorry, only one person will actually win. If Treat wins, Gemini raps for us. If Trick wins and Gemini gets freaky on live stream. Well, I probably am going to get freaky, but not the type of freaky you're referring to, I don't think. Really hope that the supervisor gets an official reveal. I do. Oh, GKS, I cannot wait to see that character officially released, because my god, I am excited for it. Gemini, on Little Nightmares Twitter, we have the letters D-A-N so far, so I think the word is... You might just be a theorist, because I thought that. In fact, I'm gonna jump into this, guys, now. Let me see. Hey, Gemini, how's your art showcase video? So far, so good. It's coming along well, but I'm trying to figure a way to... I'm trying to figure a way to best help advertise everybody's artwork as well. I don't just want it to be a show reel where all the artwork goes by and it's not credited, and the hard part is going to be crediting it effectively so that everybody gets exposure. There's a lot of it, like a lot. And I only expected it to be like, you know, a quick like 4 or 5 minute video, something to fill the gap while we're waiting for these releases and things like that. But there are literally hundreds and hundreds of images. So it's going to be a much longer video, I expect. Yeah, 300th video. Thank you, guys. I appreciate that. Yeah, 300. Yeah, Clamori, they have come a long way since pre-alpha. What's up, Artbox? How you doing? It's great to see Shrek in the chat. How are you, Artbox? It's good to see you. Whew. Oh. Right then. Okay then, guys. I'm just going to mess with my camera a little bit here, because there are some things that I want to discuss with you guys. Oh, whoa, hang on a minute. Wait, Brother Bass, what are you doing? What is this? 300, bro. Wow, congratulations. Good luck to those on the giveaway. Thank you, the notorious Bass. You absolute legend. What a man. $20 for me on Halloween. Thank you so much, Notorious Bass, everybody. From New York. Bro, you could have used that to buy coffee. Yeah, it looks like I owe you a coffee. Bro, thank you so much, Bass. That's really kind of you, my dude. You didn't have to do that. That's really, really cool. It always chokes me up when people do this, because it's nice to know that people believe in me on this, you know, in this level. But yeah, 300 videos. It's been a slog. It's taken the better part of 4 years to do. But wow, yeah. Mal, funnily enough, yes I am. Yes I am, Mal. Gunham Art, welcome. Hello there. How are you? Yeah, W's in a chat for the Notorious Bass, everybody. What a legend. What an absolute legend this man is. Grab me a slice of New York pizza. Based Bass. Straight up. W's all around. Okay. I'm just going to mess with my camera a little here and see what happens if I do this. There you go. And then if I turn off the big camera and lower the little one, is that gonna work or no? There I am. Hey! Alright then, guys. So, this right here, I know you can see, like, it's probably confusing because you guys have got 2 chats, but I need your chat on screen so I can see what you guys have to say. But there's a few things that I wanted to discuss today. You might remember, if you've been here since I started, the entire... Hey, Magic King, what's up? I shouted out a couple of people real early on in the stream, and one of them was this person. Creator, the Imaginator. I, as you guys are aware, have been working on a speculative Little Nightmares 2 DLC series. And it's been very, very well received. So well received, in fact, that a lot of people have asked me, are you going to make it into a game that we can play? And short answer is no. Because I don't have the skills. I can barely use Blender. Like, I am not very good. I can't really 3D model or anything like that. I have the mind for it. I could probably, like, be a developer. I can tell the story. I can expand on the narrative. I can interlink the characters and everything like that, but I can't make the game. But I met someone who can. This person. So first, I'm just going to share their channel. This right here is the Oldest Nightmare. He's in chat right now. Oldest Nightmare is in chat right now, and they have been working on the Echoes of Nightmares video game, which is essentially a Little Nightmares DLC. I reached out to them and I said, this looks absolutely fantastic, great work. And they said, thanks a lot. I like your work too. And not to spoil anything, but we might be working on something. A little something that might become publicly available for everybody to play, all being well. And I just wanted to share some of their work with you guys. You can see the channel on the screen at the moment. Please feel free to drop over to the Oldest Nightmares channel and subscribe if you like what you're about to see. I'm not going to play all of the videos or anything like that, but they've been uploading videos now for the last 4 weeks, and these are just some early examples of what they've been doing with regard to their game. And this is the first one, so I'm just going to sit and let this play. Please forgive me ignoring chat, but I want to respect this person and let their video play in its entirety for you. It's real short, but I think you guys will like what you're about to see. Check this out. Get a load of this. Who's that? Who's that boy? See that animation there? I think that's really cool. Really wholesome interaction, really good textures, music choice is fantastic. And this is just a game teaser. You know, this is literally just a teaser trailer. But you guys, especially like you OG fans like me, you're going to recognize this character and the significance of that rap. But how cool is that? I think that is absolutely dope. And also, the most recent one that I watched, well, I actually watched a chapter select literally like 10 minutes before the stream, but also this. Have a look at this. Obviously, there are some bits to iron out, and this DLC has been delayed slightly, unfortunately, because we all have lives to live and jobs to do, and it's just not easy to keep up with. But look at how cool and smooth this looks so far. So this area, from what I gathered, because we had a couple of short conversations about what we're witnessing here, and obviously they've used the wilderness as a large part of the inspiration for this particular level design, and it was made up as a test to see like what they're actually capable of. But out of curiosity, how many of you guys would be interested in seeing something like this? Sorry if it's a little bit loud and I'm having to shout, but how many of you guys would be interested in seeing something like this, in this kind of style, but polished up and fully flushed out and everything? But it's this person, the Oldest Nightmares work, along with my speculative DLC series that's available not only to watch, but to play for yourselves. Let me know and let the Oldest Nightmare know in their comment section, because I'm sure they'll appreciate it, because just look at how cool this looks. I think they've done exceptional work. I found them on Facebook on a Little Nightmares page, because that's where I share a lot of my work too. And they haven't shown me everything, but they did share a couple of concept arts and gameplay ideas and things like that. And we've had some discussions that, again, I don't want to spoil in their entirety, but I did want to share this with you guys openly today. In fact, I wanted to talk about this a while ago, but I also didn't want to step on the Oldest Nightmare's toes and go sharing content that they didn't want out there for public availability just yet. After a conversation this afternoon, I was able to confirm with them last minute that this is something that they don't mind if you see, in fact would like if you see, and would love your opinion on. So yeah, please feel free to go ahead and take a look at that. I think you'll all appreciate it. The Echoes of Nightmares. And look at that! How dope! Look at that! How excellent is that logo as well? Exceptional work. Exceptional work. Absolutely brilliant. Also, some of these ideas as well. So this right here, this was a scrap design from Creator the Imaginator, which right here is, so this is like a carny. And they designed this before the carnival was announced, like way before Little Nightmares 3. It was just sort of like a conceptualized idea, and it's like the I call it a Zoltar machine, and it basically like it tells your fortune. It's like a fortune teller, and I used to have not have one of these. I used to work in an arcade that had one of these, and my job was always to deal with this thing. They're scary in real life, like they're not that pleasant, so this thing was a really good idea, a fantastic design, brilliant choice of like model here and everything. I just thought the concept was really good. We also have this like the internal like spider's lair right here. We have little ghost boy. Hope you can see everything behind my fat head over here. But yeah, this actual concept art I think is drawn really well. We've got like obviously a domicile of some description. You know, you got your chair there that's been torn into a couple of drawers and what have you. But then there's a spider web and what I assume is a couple of victims strung up right here also, which is unfortunate for them. And then the last image is this one right here, which is our, like, not our, but this was going to be the main bad guy in the DLC that you guys just watched. This is the Hunter when he was alive, before we... and this is his mortal nemesis, I'm assuming, the one that took over the house that we saw in the previous art. How cool are they? And just as a little side segue from that, those designs were actually drawn up by Portal Pen. Want to give them a shout out as well, because credit where it's due. Those concepts came from this channel, Portal Pen. So I just wanted to make that clear as well, because I do believe in giving people shout outs where it's deserved, and it very much is. And not everyone is capable of everything. Like not all 3D artists can draw, if you know what I mean. But yeah, just a couple of things that I wanted to show you guys from that. Let me just bring chat back up real quick and take a little look around. Oh, chat is going wild for that one. Yeah, you see what I mean? You see what this is what I'm talking about, guys. This is what I'm talking about. I'd absolutely play this, as would I. Yes, round of applause. Like, let's get some W's in the chat for the Oldest Nightmare, because that is some fantastic work. And Oldest Nightmare, I sincerely look forward to doing some work with you in the future, my friend. Because, as you can see, I'm not the only person that appreciates your work. The audience here seem to really like it. And I think if we were to sit down, put our heads together, we could really seriously fine-tune what you've got going on. We'll get a small team together, we start a development process, and who knows, we might even have a little series of our own going on. The fortune teller. I like that, Clamori. Yeah, that's really cool. Yeah, I love that concept. They scrapped it when they realised that the carnival was being created, because they came up with the idea of a carnival before the carnival was actually a canon area in the nowhere. So that's pretty dope. I'm the candy cadet. Come get your candy here. I have candy all day long. Oh, candy cadet, man. Ugh, I gotta go. No worries, Gunnar. That's absolutely fine. I really appreciate you stopping by and saying hi. Runaway Cobra. Hey, how's it going? Hey up, Hazza. Sorry, I didn't see you come in. How's it going, Hazza? It's great to see you. This is what I thought. I imagined the Coney's Nest to look like from a little bit of Nightmares channel. Yeah. Very, very similar concept. Like I think that's what I had in my subconscious, actually. No, would this mean we can play as the Hunter? That'd be so cool to play as an adult and face an even bigger day. You know, it would actually, wouldn't it? That'd be pretty dope if you could play as the hunter. No, I don't think the idea is that you can play as the hunter. I think it's just to give the idea that, like, even the hunter has something to hunt. Because the things like the concepts we've seen, like the moose, for instance, the moose is way bigger than the hunter, but he goes out looking for it with his big boomstick. Yeah. I've said this too many times, but hire this guy right now, Bandai. Ah, I appreciate that. It's always really kind. Where, like, some of my favorite comments are the ones I read where people say, like, where people think I work for Bandai, or where people assume that I know more than I do, or that I must have some communication with the developers and stuff. I really don't. But I just love this franchise so much that it'd be easy to believe that I do, because I'm very passionate about it and I look into it and I speak with, like, authority on it. I don't know everything, and that's the beauty of this franchise. It's ergodic in nature, which means it tells a story that doesn't want to be told, and it leaves a lot up to interpretation. It's very ambiguous in nature, and it keeps answering questions with other questions, and that's why we as a community still exist. Now, 7 years after the original game's release, we're still here and we're more hyped than ever. You know, and the fact that the game was delayed, it has not deterred us. The fact that the game is changing slightly, introducing new characters, new colour palettes, new themes, new mechanics, it has not deterred us. If anything, it has renewed our strength of will, and we want it even more now. So yeah, absolutely fantastic. Really, really cool. Why not do a wagon area for the fortune teller? Yeah, you know, there's so much potential in it, and I don't know if the fortune teller is something that the Oldest Nightmare intends to pursue, given that the circus and the carnival seems to be a canon thing already. Maybe after Little Nightmares 3 is released in full and we get to see the circus in its entirety, then maybe they'll be able to develop on that design a little bit more and expand on its lore without stepping on anyone's toes or looking like they stole the concept, essentially. Because that's something that I always worry about when I'm drawing up my own monster designs. But again, I'd love your opinion on, if you guys have watched my speculative DLC. Most of those contain monsters, like creature designs that I came up with, that I drew myself, and then I had drawn by a professional artist. But I came up with the initial concepts myself, utilizing the existing concept art from the art book from 2021. It's hard to do that, and it's difficult to know how people will take it, but yeah, there's your opinions are all very valid to me, so please let us know what you believe. Yes, W's all around. Hey, you're welcome. You're absolutely welcome, Oldest Nightmare. I said to you that I would like to get it on the stream today because I think it's fantastic work. In fact, there is a whole lot of stuff that I wanted to share on today's stream, and I just don't have time for it, but there are going to be more streams in the future. So yeah, I really like that one. That's something there. I'm just going to read a couple more of these, and then I'm going to move on to the next part of this stream. Let's have a little look. Yo, Gem. Oh, what are we saying? What are we saying there? I'll tack. Yo, Gem. What if there's going to be a chapter in Little Nightmares 3 where Alone and Lo get divided? Lo goes to the Maw, and Alone goes to, excuse me, in the Pale City, as a throwback to the older games, maybe the second to last chapter. Now, I'm not sure exactly how it's going to work, but I do believe that the characters are going to be separated at one point or another. I think that's another reason why they don't have split screen. The reason, I think maybe, the reason they don't have couch co-op is meaning you can't both play on one TV. So, like, if I've got one TV here, we couldn't play, me and you play together on 2-player and have it split screen. Wouldn't work. But each individual player in, like, what their respective home or country or wherever it might be, will be playing the game with another person, and then your characters will be separated. One will be Low, the other will be Alone, and you won't know where they go. You just know that you'll meet eventually You know, you'll be able to meet up. And I think that there might be certain bits like there's a section in the hospital. Well, there's a few sections actually. Let's take the school for instance, where you play as Mono, and Six gets taken away by the bullies. Imagine if Six was actually a player 2 rather than an AI companion. So when you're off doing your thing as Mono, player 2 is off living Six's story, fighting with the bullies, trying to escape, getting recaptured. And then it all sort of like culminates back into the point in the bathroom where Mono rescues Six and cuts her down. The same in the hospital. When you leave Six for a while to go fight mannequins and like tornado flashlight all of the patients, and then you come back with the power cell and Six is just breaking fingers. It's like, well, what's she been up to for the last 20 minutes? Well, we could find out if Six was a player 2. And you separated the characters in that regard, and that could only be possible. At least it wouldn't kill the immersion on a 2-player game if you had separate screens. On split screen, it might. Oh shoot! Also, my chat just died. Not sure why, but I'm gonna try and bring that back if I can. Reload. Uh-oh. Please don't have killed my stream. I was having a lot of fun. Forgive me, guys, if that's just ruined everything, because I don't know what happened. Maybe it didn't. Maybe we're okay. Okay, just a quick test, guys. Are we still live? Is everything still okay? Can you all still hear me? Can you still see the screen? I do have faith that Supermassive will figure out ways to work around it. I do too, Clamori. Yeah, I believe so. Jack, what happens if they get separated and one person takes ages to do stuff and the other person has to wait hours to move on? Yeah, that's another thing that I thought could be a bit concerning. That was the only thing that really threw me. I was like, is that really going to work? Is it not? I don't know. I suppose we'll find out, right? F. Yes, GKS. F. In fact, speaking of GKS, I want you guys to direct your attention. So you can all still see me, you can all still hear me, you can all still see my stream, yeah? Fantastic. In that case, I'm going to move on to the next little part. For this person I wanted to give a shout out to. Now, I'm not going to spend too long doing these, as like I say, I've just picked 2 essentially at random, but the ones that I've been in touch with recently and I think are particularly interesting. This particular person, who is also in chat at the moment, you guys will recognise Just GKS. With the current 398 subscribers, 399 subscribers. By the end of this stream, they will have over 400. Isn't that right, guys? Because you guys are going to want to go and check out what they've done. Look at this. I'm sure a lot of you have already seen it. I don't doubt that for a second. But those of you who've listened to the Sounds of Nightmares will recognise that there was a series of characters involved in that, particularly the monsters that we did not get to see, but they were described to us. One of which was in Just George's episode, and it was called the Tosher. And Just GKS made an incredible model of it. Please watch this. Full screen this. Look at that thing. See, they do the backgrounds and everything, they paint them themselves. It's like a painstaking process. I've tried to do like clay modeling before and it's very difficult, but look at all these characters that they've done. It's not just the Little Nightmares characters either. They do more, but the Little Nightmares ones are obviously my favourite. But get a load of that thing. The lady looks great as well. But the face, I love this, the sort of peeled back eyelids that strip all the way back into like the head sack. It's such an intense, grotesque design. Really, really captured the aesthetic of the nowhere really, really well. And the fact that they put on the backgrounds, look at that, the big sewer grates and everything. The lighting is done really, really well. Music choice is fantastic, of course, using the Sounds of Nightmares soundtrack too. Oh, and he's got a gnome too. But yeah, this is the Tosher. For those of you guys that don't know, a Tosher is the name of an old job from like the 1800s, where people in London used to go down into the sewers and filter through all of the rubble and garbage and filth, because people would drop or throw away silverware and jewellery and valuable goods. So they'd rake through literal human feces and all the other garbage, and they would keep all of the valuables. And then they'd take them up to the surface, wash them off and sell them. In fact, Toshers, despite the fact that they used to literally work in the gutter, were some of the richest people in London at the time, because they used to find a lot down there. But get a load of this. Just get a load of this. It's such a cool design, and this isn't the only one they've done. I've chosen the Tosher because this was the first one I saw when I came across this channel. Just GKS has done a fantastic job of capturing this character and like the idea of how uncomfortable it makes you feel. Look at it. It looks like it smells bad. Does that make sense? That's like, it's very, very well done. And I like this because this is a character that we've all imagined in our head when we listened to the Sounds of Nightmares podcast, and we all had our own image of it, but we couldn't really like put it to paper. Like every time you imagine this thing, it's probably different, but now whenever I listen to the Sounds of Nightmares, particularly the episode that Just George wrote, A Deluge of the Inevitable, this is now what I imagine this creature looks like. To me, this is the canon image of this creature, to a point where even Lonnie Nadler himself liked this video. Excellent, excellent job. And then we've got the teacher, the chef, a whole bunch, like the whole host of other ones on there. And again, like I say, this isn't the only one they've done, and they have done others as well. Let's just take a little look at that. Yeah, there we go. We're already over 400 subs. Congratulations, Just GKS. Some absolutely fantastic work there. But there we've got the Tosher, Little Nightmares furniture, just little things like that. Small attention to detail is very, very valid in this universe. We're the ruler of the maw. We made the lady. They make it that the pretender. Yeah, of course, they made the pretender. I'm looking for the teacher. Sorry, there, the teacher. Now they said that the teacher didn't come out quite like they wanted, which is absolutely fine. I think they did a brilliant job, but everyone can hone their craft. So I say, if you don't like it, try again, do it better. I think, personally, I think it's fantastic. But I couldn't model anything like this. I can't even imagine having to hand paint something. I think that's very, very difficult and a really admirable quality to have. So an exceptionally good job there. W for you, Just GKS. Well done. Insane talent. It really is, right? It absolutely is. Yeah, well said, Klamari. Actually sick. It really is, Hazza. Yeah, it seriously is. You guys are absolutely fantastic. I love when the community helps to support each other, because this is what helps us to grow. The fact that we're also about, like, I will shout out It's Just Jord in practically every video. Not because I want to kiss his ass or anything like that, but because without Just Jord, I wouldn't be doing this. I wouldn't be a member of this community. I would be a fan. Like, I would be a Little Nightmares fan, as everybody here is. But we're more than that. Like, us as a group, we're like a cult. And I say this a lot, we're kind of like a little cult, aren't we? We have a tendency to lean more towards the gatekeeper side of things. But the thing I like about you guys is you are prepared to support each other. It's not that toxic side of the community that's just constantly tearing each other down. And don't get me wrong, there are dozens upon dozens of other creators with regard to the Little Nightmares universe that I feel like deserve shout-outs, and they will get them. You know, people that deserve a lot of recognition, like Fipsy B2, like The Overman, like F Vortex. I know these people exist. I've seen their work, and it is fantastic. But if I was going to cover all of them in one video, I would not interact with chat. I'm thinking about making a video entirely dedicated to recognizing some of the other creators on YouTube, because again, I shout out Just Jord all the time because he's my favorite. He is my number one guy. He's my go-to. But there are other theorists who exist with regard to the Little Nightmares universe, and they're amazing. Indie Explorer. I watched a cosmological theory that Indie Explorer did the other day, and oh my days, expert theory crafting. Very, very impressive. Really, really good. Didn't cut any corners. The editing was fantastic. The animation, even their voice. They're articulate and well spoken, and all their research is backed up with citations and the works. Very, very well done. Really impressive. Planet Jupiter is another one. Again, I'm only not playing these guys up on the channel and things like that because you likely know who they are. I'm pretty sure their channels are bigger than mine. And rightly so, because they are excellent creators. They make really, really fantastic work, and you'll see it for yourself if you haven't already. I'm sure most of you guys are already subscribed to them. In fact, I know a lot of you are because my analytics told me that's how I found them. Yeah, some really, really excellent creators out there. And I know a lot of you guys are all creators in your own right. Some of you create music, some of you are 3D modelers, some of you are game designers, and a lot of you are artists. And I encourage you to share your work. Share your work on the Discords, put them on your streams, on Facebook, on X, on Reddit, just wherever you can get it. Get yourself out there, because this is where it's being found. Like I say, Just GKS I didn't go looking for. I just happened across Just GKS when I was doing my own research. It's some fantastic work that I intend to constantly keep on top of. I'm really glad that I got to find this channel. Same as I'm really glad I got to find everybody else in the chat, really. Hey, Plasmatic as well. There's another familiar face. I love these chats and these streams like a small town. Everyone knows everyone. It is. It's like one of those little villages. And then you just get the village elder, you know, that one old grizzled, these young, the one that kind of like, he probably knows everything, and he's got some deep, dark demons. Like, he's got skeletons in his closet. He's a little old man, but you wouldn't mess with him because he probably eats people. That's me. I am the grizzled old bastard of this village. Yeah, Fulcrum, I couldn't agree more. Indie Explorer did an excellent job with that cosmology theory. In fact, all of their theories have been solid gold. I've watched a lot of their work. I was about to say all, but that would be a lie. I haven't watched all of their videos, but I have watched a few of the more recent theory videos, and they hit the mark every time. Absolutely excellent. Really, really good. Nah, but where's 6 at today? There? I heard 6 in the building. Yeah, there you are. How's the trick or treat counter going? Oh, we're at 53% treat. Cowards! Weaklings! Foolish mortals! Pick trick! It's better. What do people taste like then, Mr. Old Gemini? Beef. Like, imagine beef, but sweet. And I know it's contrary to popular belief. You would assume that human flesh tastes like pork or chicken. It doesn't. It tastes like sweet beef. I mean, I don't know. Gem eats people confirmed. You know, there was a rumor going around like last year. Well, not really a rumor, it was a meme. But it's like Gemini eats people. And it was... I can't remember how it started now, but I think it was like in one of my live streams or something. I was talking about a fight I had with a guy, and he bit me. So I bit him back, and we were just there like chewing on each other like a pair of angry chihuahuas or something. But I said that if I managed to pull his ear off or something, I'd swallow it. He would not get that back. Absolutely not. No, I would straight up disfigure the dude. I think she's stealing candy again. She probably is. I wouldn't blame her either. The soundboard, I know, right? W soundboard for the win. Okay, let's take a look at some of this other stuff that I wanted to discuss with you guys, because like I say, it's not going to be a super long stream, but I am going to stick around, talk to you guys, and have some fun. And I would like your opinion on some of this stuff. So we've covered these ones. Now, this is the next thing that I'd like to discuss with you guys. Who's seen these going around on Facebook and X and such? Are you guys familiar with this picture? I know, not that I can see you. But yeah, you guys will know what I mean. Let me just get that off. 50B2 is the reason I met you and everyone involved. I'm glad I found him. Yeah, 50B2 is a fantastic creator in himself. And I'm really glad that we met. Yeah, so what you guys will realise is they have released 3 images so far. We've got we've got an A in this one, as you can see there, which is not in the game. We have a D in this one, right there. And we have an N up in here. Now, I was very curious when these started to come out, because the first thing I noticed, as soon as they released them, they released this one with a short statement that said something along the lines of every arrow counts. You know, so like your aim has to be true and you have to make every shot count, kind of thing. It was a lot more elaborate and well spoken than I've just butchered right there, but that was the basic premise of it. And I was looking at that description for quite a while, and it wasn't until I stopped reading the description and looked at the picture itself when I noticed the N. And I'm like, oh, N, November, what could that mean? And I'm like, and then by the time I'd thought about it somewhat, this picture came out, A. And I'm like, oh, it's a code. It's a series. So it's going to be coming out little by little as we go. And they seem to be dropping another one of these every so often, like every couple of days or something, on the run-up to Halloween. And with it being the run-up to Halloween and it being a Halloween thing, because these spiral lollipops right here, these are Little Nightmares, sort of like a calling card for Halloween promotions and things like that, as can be found with the old Little Nightmares Halloween streams, with the old Halloween promotions for Little Nightmares, particularly Little Nightmares 3, but even on Little Nightmares 2 they use the spiral lollipops in there. But yeah, there's an A. So we had NA. And then, so at this point, I recognised that I probably wasn't going to be able to decipher it all from 2 letters. So I just thought I posted I think I posted like a spoof comment in It's Just George's comment section, because he's looked into this a little bit. He made a video surrounding these pictures before the D was released, speculating on what it could mean and saying that he's going to deep dive on it some more and blah blah blah, and it would definitely be worth checking out. If you haven't seen it, you should go and have a little look at it, but bear in mind that he created that video before there was a letter D. And so knowing that we had NA, I was like, next April, that's it, date confirmed. Release date confirmed, next April. It's got to be. I'm only joking, obviously. I have no idea when the next date's going to be, when the release date's going to be, but NA, next April. You see what I mean? But then we got this one with the letter D, and then it hit me, because the letter D is in the candy factory, and I'm like, and I'm sort of like breaking down words and trying to think of a timeline, and I'm like, how long have we got until Halloween? Because whatever it is going to be revealed at Halloween, given the fact that this is a Halloween promotion, like due to the orange border and these spiral lollipops you can see there, as is usually coherent with a Little Nightmares Halloween, or Halloween promotion. And the only word I could think of was candy. And I'm like, is that really cheap of me to go with candy? Because Candy Factory, candy for Halloween. And, you know, with me being the Candy Factory theory guy, which I'm really proud of, by the way. It's my first ever theory video. Before it was revealed that there was going to be a Candy Factory, I figured it out. And I was like, yay, there we are, got one right. It wasn't the hardest thing to figure out now that I look back on it. But at the time, I thought I'd struck gold. It was like, oh my God, this is amazing. And it was. And the video got like the better part of 10,000 views and thousands of people liked it. And it was great. So yeah, and as somebody said in the comments earlier on, please sound off. I've forgotten who said that now. I shouldn't have, because I tried to make a point of remembering, but somebody already said that they believe it's the word candy. I do too. I thought that because it was the only other word I could think of, and we're only missing a C and a Y. But we could be completely wrong. What do you guys think? Are they spelling the word candy? Like they did one before where the word was signal. SIGNAL, like that. So it could be something like that. It doesn't necessarily mean anything. It's like a light-hearted puzzle. It's just a bit of fun to keep us thinking. Because I know what we'll do. They'll be spelling a word just for fun, and we'll deep dive into it and be like, it's got to be a secret release date. It's got to be this. It's got to be that. It's got to be the other. They're revealing a new secret character. And it's like, no, they're just playing with us. Because they probably are. That's what they were doing with the Signal one. I, in fact, got so hype about the Signal one that I wrote to Just Jord. And I was like, oh my God, have you seen this? And he's like, yeah, I have. It's very simple, bro. He'd already figured it out. So, yeah, but what do you guys think? Are they spelling candy, or are we completely being misled? Tom Asher says, lots of monsters in Little Nightmares have very similar powers. I think, ooh, come up. I think we need new ones. Thoughts? P.S. Also, different body types, like different sizes. Yes, they do. And something that I think they're exploring a little bit more now is how exaggerated these particular life forms can be. Because, like, Roger was arguably the weirdest creature we'd seen up until Little Nightmares 3, right? Because he was... The rest of them look like people. Distorted, warped people. Like echoes of people. Shells of what people are supposed to look like. But Roger is very clearly a monster, isn't he? You know, with his folded over skin and his big teeth and his long, long arms that don't make any sense. His erratic movements, his creepy sounds. He is very much a monster. But the teacher... Like, I know a woman who looks like the teacher... Like, literally, I know a person who looks like the chefs. Like, literally, if he was to do this and just pout, he would just be the chef. He'd go, he would just be a chef. Hey, Marchie King, thank you so much for stopping in. I really appreciate you stopping by. I'm sorry if I'm missing you saying hi and bye. But yeah, hello. Hello there. Hello and goodbye, and thank you so much. Mooncake! Mooncake's in the house. What's up, everyone? GKS, I'm currently making the Craftsman, but I have to admit there is pretty much the hardest resident to make. Plus, extremely underrated, barely has any fan. Yeah, I think the Craftsman's underrated too, and he's another example of a really weird monster. Which brings me to my next point. I was saying that the Janitor is very clearly a monster, as the Craftsman is very clearly a monster, but the others are a lot more human. But then you look at the monsters revealed in Little Nightmares 3, and we have the monster baby that's like not even remotely human. And then we get this supervisor thing. And it's like, all right, supervisor. She's, you know, a tall lady. We've had the lady before. We know she's just, you know, a tall, eerie-looking woman. No, she's something else. The bitch is something else. She's made of other... like, this thing is otherworldly. And it sets my spine on edge, as I'm sure it does to a lot of you guys as well. And I know that's the idea, and I think it's an excellent design. But how many characters have we seen with extra limbs so far? Zero. Apart from her. And I think that's really cool, that they're exploring, like, how far can they take this pseudo-humanoid kind of aesthetic that they specialise in. Because I don't know how much further it can go, or how far before it gets too wild, because, like I said, the Little Nightmares monsters, they're not the most frightening creatures I've ever seen, like, in video games. I've played Resident Evil. Like, I deal with mutants and zombies and like, things with long tongues and, like, underwater, what am I thinking of? Like Cthulhu-looking creatures. Really, I'm trying to think of the words. Who wrote Cthulhu now? Lovecraft. Like Lovecraftian style monsters and stuff. That's scary, but that's not really in Little Nightmares. In Little Nightmares, it's just people, just like off people. But this is the point. It's not supposed to be scary as in, oh my god, sheer panic. It's not supposed to make you like jump scared panicked. It's supposed to make you unsettled and feel on edge. And that is what I feel like the teacher does better than any. They all do it in their own capacity, but for me, the teacher does it the best. It's just the face, the unblinking eyes, that croaking neck, and the fact that she can practically always see, she's a monster, okay? But really, she just looks like an old woman. And it's like, okay, how did you make something so simple, so terrifying? And it's because they adapted it to fit the world. And they push you in. They let you fall deep and you become a part of it. You become so encapsulated in this world and you become so immersed in the atmosphere that you feel like this particular creature is a monster, even though you might perceive it, everyone else might perceive it as just a random old woman. If I was to take a picture of the teacher or the chef or the thin man and show them to somebody who'd never seen Little Nightmares and be like, oh, look, a monster, they'd be like, you know, do you think this is scary? I'd be like, not really, because they're not really. But if you were to look at like all of the monsters combined, when they're in the nowhere and when you're in the nowhere and you're trapped in there with them, they very quickly become the most terrifying thing that's ever happened to you, right? that's I think that's what they're sort of like not leaning away from, but just exploring in a little bit of a broader capacity now by giving some of these characters extra limbs and a bit more size and some other powers that we haven't quite seen yet. So yeah, it's pretty cool, pretty interesting, right? The teacher is mortifying. She looks like a brunette version of my head of year. Faceless Art and Skills, what is up? Hey, speaking of artists in the chat, Faceless Art and Skills is here. In fact, talking about credit where it's due, I spoke earlier on about you guys checking out my Little Nightmares speculative DLC series, which I've just released episode 4 or chapter 4 of recently. But if you guys were to watch chapter 2, you can get to see some of Faceless Art's art and skills in that video because they helped me with the character design very kindly, I might admit. And I think the video turned out really, really well, and a lot of you guys would agree. So W for Faceless Art and Skills. What's up, Solar Max? How are you? I haven't seen you in a good while either. Or at least I probably have, but it feels like I haven't said your name in a fair amount of time. Yeah, Solar Max, we're just going through a couple of bits here. Why would the Eye of Cthulhu actually look terrifying if it wants? Yeah, you know, there are some concepts that you can mess with. In fact, I can't remember. There's somebody, there is another creator recently who is an artist and storyteller who created a Little Nightmares concept, and it was entirely based on a ship. And some of the artwork in that was immaculate. It was unbelievable, and I wanna go over. I'm not gonna like go looking for it now because it's something that I want to cover in depth in a future video. But I'm gonna reach out and communicate with this person, and make sure that it's okay for me to examine their content and then put it on my channel and share it around and things like that. But I do think it is worthy of merit because it's very, very good. I was really, really impressed, and that is based largely around like a more nautical theme. In fact, it does give me very Cthulhu vibes. Alright then, guys, let's move on to another little thing. Did you know the Carnival Little Nightmares series is a floating ship? I did hear that. I didn't know if it was confirmed, crazy YouTuber, but it could very well be. I'm pretty certain it is. I'm sure that I've seen it. I've seen it enough times circulating now for me to think that that is in fact canon, but I couldn't be 100% certain. But if you say it's confirmed, then I will trust your input. So we've talked about the puzzles. We've talked about the creators that I enjoy. And next, we're going to move on to the good old comics. Don't know why it's opened it in Paint, but whatever. But first, I am just going to drop to an advert, and I'm going to ask you guys. So, because I'm going to take a really quick break, refill my beverage, use the bathroom, stretch out the old aching limbs, and then I'm going to come back. What I want you guys to do in the meantime is take a look at the poll above. It says trick or treat, and I think you're all cowards. The 52% of you that chose treat, who don't want to be tricked. Who would suspect me of doing something awful to you if you chose trick? Now, I'm not trying to tempt you. You guys choose whatever you want. It might make a difference to the stream. It might not. But I'm going to ask you guys to cast your votes on that if you haven't already. Please be sure to smash like on this video as well, and feel free to share it with a pal. Also, if you haven't already entered the giveaway, the details for it are in the description below. All you got to do is type the word spooky in all caps just one time, and it'll be registered and then counted by my team. You only have to do it once. You don't need to spam it. I'm going to go to a commercial break really quickly, and then I will return. And when I do, that trick counter better be up. But yeah, I'll be right back, guys. Thank you for your patience. There we go. Whew. All right, I feel a lot better. Let's see what we have to say. It's still at 52% on treat. Hey, who knows, you guys might get a treat. Well, somebody's going to get a treat because somebody's going to win this competition. But yeah, whoever wins this competition, by the way, just in case you guys don't know, is going to receive a copy of each of the new comics. It's a 4-part series, and I'm going to be buying the entire thing twice. Once for me, and once for one of you. I don't know when you'll receive it because we don't have a release date currently, but what you will get is an email. If you win, you will... everything's in the description down below. I don't want to spend too much time talking about the giveaway because when I do, I have to go through all of the details and everything, and all of the details are written down in the description below. You can read them and check them out. I've read them out early at the beginning of the stream, so everybody should know the ins and outs. If anyone's unclear, go down to the description below, and if you're still a little bit stuck, feel free to email me because I have like an active thing where I can message people back that way because it's like a business email. But anyway, moving on, because I want to talk about some of this stuff with you guys. So we've all seen this by now, right? We've all seen this image. Now, how many of you guys... I'm sorry, because I can't have chat and this up at the same time, which is really annoying. Have any of you guys seen my escapee theory video? Mooncake, that's the best way to do it, because the truth is there will be no doubt hundreds of applicants for this. There will be hundreds of entries into the competition, and only one of them will win. And the idea of these competitions is not to disappoint anybody. That's why I try and do them so frequently. I do them so that it gives everybody a pretty even and equal chance of winning. And it's fun because it's free. You know, like I'm not charging you anything. It's not like, oh, I've paid all this money, because you guys will have seen the controversies that come up on YouTube and everything. It's like, oh, you know, I paid so much money for a chance to win and I didn't get anything, so I'm just gambling. I am not here to promote gambling. I'm here to promote Little Nightmares and theorizing and my own channel and having a great time. That's not something you guys should have to pay for. I am paying for the comics, and one of you are going to get them from me as a gift, as a thank you to my audience as a whole. But I can't, unfortunately, buy one for all of you, as much as I'd like to, because I am broke. and I will continue to be broke if I was to do that. It's not that I don't value every member of the audience. That's why everybody gets one entry. Everyone has a chance. Even if you're only in here for 10 seconds, you have a chance of winning. Everyone has an equal opportunity to win. Not everybody will, because broke, but everybody has a chance, and that's what's important. Hey Gemini, did you see the teaser images for the comic book? Yes, in fact, they are going to come up in this discussion very, very soon. Well, I have to go because hey, no problem. Osama, that is absolutely fine. Osama Ahmed, I really appreciate you visiting us and staying with me throughout this stream so far. I am not going to be live for all that much longer myself, but yeah, by all means, prioritise college and your education, and I wish you all the best. Thank you so much for stopping in, my brother. Just GKS, Little Nightmares 3 monster cast looks incredibly promising so far. Way better than I expected. Like, the monster baby and the supervisor look iconic. They really do. Like, I think that they're really hitting the mark here. Supermassive and Bandai Namco are really doing their job. And I know that they're pulling from existing lore and things like that, and that's expected. That's what I do. Literally, the creature concepts that I've come up with in my Little Nightmares DLC, that is not my speculative DLC series. Those monster designs, they are my designs, but they are the inspiration for them is taken directly from the art book. Artbox is up in the building right here with a donut as well. Thank you so much. I'm putting a love art on that. Get on. Yes, with the $2 to help pay for the winner's comics. Look at that. So this is what I'm talking about, guys. Let me try and put this nice and clear. Artbox not only just made a donation very generously to pay money towards me and what I do to help support it, they're also a channel member. They pay a monthly fee. It's not very much because I don't believe in charging ridiculous sums, but it's all of these little ones like channel members and donations and things like that. All of that money is what goes into giving this back. So at the end of the month, when I come in and I say, by the way, guys, I'm giving somebody Little Nightmares 3 the day it comes out who wants it, and I'm giving you it for free. And it is free for you, but I've paid for it. But the thing is, I haven't really. They have. Artbox is paying for it. Ghoul Games is paying for it. Notorious Base, Just Jord, my channel members who are constantly paying these fees and things like that. And again, I'm not trying to crap on anybody that doesn't. Not everybody can be a channel member. Not everybody's old enough. Not everybody can afford to. And nobody is obliged to by any stretch of the imagination. But it's wonderful when people are. Because when like Altac is a member. Okay, and Altac is paying it. Artbox is paying it. And what I'm trying to say, I'm not trying to say that paying is the only way forward. I'm saying that when you guys are donating this money to me, this is what it goes towards. It goes towards doing giveaways like this. And the more channel members I have, and the more money we have funneling through the channel, the more of these type of events I can do. So I can do giveaways more often. Like if I was earning enough, I would do 2 giveaways a month, or 3, or 4. Don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to Mr. Beast it or anything out here and just be like, oh, I'll just buy all my subscribers. No, that's not what I'm looking for. I believe in giving back to the community, and me as a creator can only do so much when it comes to creating content. But given my niche and my expertise on the Nowhere and Little Nightmares and Bandai and everything that you guys love, I know what you will like, because I will like it. So if I think I would absolutely love it if somebody bought me all 4 comics, then I would love to be able to come to you guys and say, hey, you guys, would you like all 4 comics? How about a free entry? Like how would you like them for free? And I'll give you an opportunity to have them for nothing, just for being a member of this community. But it's paid for off the back of these people. So I really, really appreciate that, and that's why I make a big fuss, and that is also why they get double the chances. So Altac, Ghoul Games, Artbox, Notorious Base, all of those people, they get 2 chances to win rather than just 1. Not because it's like, oh, they've paid for their... No, because they need something, and I am limited in what I can give them for their support. They don't have to support me financially, not by any stretch, none of you do. But I really, really appreciate it when you do, because this is what it pays for, essentially. A lot of this money, I have to be honest as well, because my mum is sick, so a lot of this money at the moment goes into caring for my mum. But that's absolutely fine, because if I do get any extra money, that's what I'm using to pay for the comics and the games and everything like that. When I do these streams, I only organise them when the money is already set aside. This is the thing. If I didn't have the money set aside already, I wouldn't be doing a giveaway. Anyway, let me get some of your guys' opinions on Descent to Nowhere, or at least not just this image, but also these ones. I have a very dear friend who I've already spoken of today, Notorious Base. Please check out his channel in the link in the description below. He's a legend. But he is based in New York. I am not. I'm based in the United Kingdom. So I unfortunately could not attend Comic-Con in New York this year. But my dear friend, the Notorious Base, could. And he was kind enough to go to the Little Nightmares stall and take these pictures. And then obviously I've been able to bring these down and crop them up and things like that. And I posted one the other day and it wasn't very clear, and I intentionally left it so that it was difficult to read, because I wanted to cover that with you guys here and get some of your opinions. A lot of you will have already seen it by now, but I got a lucky first look at it. But this is the first page, and we open up with an eyeball. Who's seen this? Excuse me. By the way, if I keep burping and it's gross, it's because I'm drinking so much cola. It gives me confidence, and it gives me energy, which I need. But I do apologise if this is grim. Much health to you, Mum. Thank you, Karina. I really appreciate that. Isn't Bandai just going to post every page of a new comic every week until it's released? Just flat out spoiling the entire thing? No, I don't think that's the case, Plasmatic. And I hope it's not, to be honest. The Mimic stuff, Little Nightmares 2 was actually a really good game, but Little Nightmares 1 was kind of quick. Yeah, but Little Nightmares 1 was like an indie game. It was like a smaller project, and the developers themselves said that they didn't expect it to take off the way it did. And with it being a small, low-budget indie title, there was only so much that they could do, and they weren't sure how long it would, how well it'd be received. And I think they didn't want it to overstay its welcome. And so I think it's a comfortable length to you know, play and enjoy, at least enough for you to move forward and think, you know what, yeah, I would play another one. I would play a part 2 if it came out. I would play a DLC. And they did end up giving us a DLC as well, which extends the game considerably, because we got the Depths, the Hideaway, and then the Residence DLCs on top of that as well. So it is quite a substantial little piece, considering that it's a relatively small game. But yeah, I do know what you're saying, Mimic. It's it does go by pretty quickly, especially when you get good at the game and you can smash it in an hour. So excited to see the Chain Warden. Oh, yeah. That's something else. I'm going to talk about that soon, GKS, actually. Mika Link, the counties isn't the same. Isn't that the same location that Sounds of Nightmare State? Yes, it is. Yes, it absolutely is. Which is why this part of the comic is really interesting, because this person isn't in the nowhere. And it's the first time we've ever seen with our own eyes an image of a person in the counties. And this way, this is how we're able to differentiate the two. And that's something that we're going to be able to talk about now. Artbox, by the way, Art from Putrid Pumpkin on Discord was me. Oh, nice! Oh, that's awesome. I really appreciate it. Cool. Yeah, I'm sorry if I don't recognize some of you guys. I know some of you guys use like alternative names in like Discord and on Facebook and things like that. And that's fine. I do too. But yeah, if I ever seem like I don't recognise you, I am sorry. It's because I can't keep up with all of these names. Hey Gemini, I was wondering on what you think of my Little Nightmares 2 DLC, Playful Dreams. Sorry if I keep asking stuff, but so many people keep telling me I should work for Bandai. I have no idea how to respond to it. You should respond by saying, I know. Because I've seen your work, Faceless Art. In fact, your work has been featured prominently in Chapter 2 of my Speculative Little Nightmares DLC, as I discussed earlier on. You guys should all check that out, by the way. But also, you've shared a lot of your artwork with me, particularly surrounding your OCs, your original characters. And I think I say this every time you send me a picture. You always seem to capture the aesthetic of the nowhere really well. The characters always look like they belong there, which is great. You know, like even when you're doing like alternative versions of your characters, like when you sent me Glitchy Leon and things like that, it's like, oh, this is really cool. I can see how that would work. And like if you put this into like a narrative storyline, I could see it having like a branch in the nowhere. You've definitely got potential there. I think you should expand on it for sure. You should share it around. You definitely should. I said that earlier as well. You should definitely share it. I think it's fantastic, Faceless Art. I really do. Gemini, don't think we forgot about eating a hat. Solamax, I haven't forgotten about that. In fact, I was so gracious and kind and sporting as to issue Fipsy B2 some personal artwork of my own, in which I depicted him eating a hat. Because he will be the one suffering that fate, not me. I absolutely will. If Little Nightmares 3 has a happy ending, I will consume a hat on camera in front of you guys. I'll do it. I'll do it. Trust me. I'll do it. What do you think? Do you think I'm tricking you? Is that what you think? Right. Let's see. Let's see. If it does, we celebrate. Do you think the Little Nightmares 3 will get DLC? God, I hope so. I think it depends on how well received it is. But if Little Nightmares 2 is anything to go by, selling over 20 million copies, I think it's a pretty safe bet that if they make a DLC, it will break even, at least. Blazing Fire, how are you, my brother? It's great to see you. Another gentleman from the United Kingdom over here. How are you doing, man? It's good to see you in the chat. I'm turning up the heat. Is there a part in this comic? And I'm very well, by the way, mate. How are you? Sorry, I don't know if I responded to that because I'm trying to keep up with everything and I'm sleepy. If there's a part in this comic where this detective is interviewing somebody, she addresses him as Doctor, insert surname here. And if he replies with, please call me Otto, I will lose my Yes, so will I, because that's something that I highly suspect. In fact, if you guys have already seen my escapee theory video that I released about a week ago, I do expand on that a little bit because I have a sneaking suspicion. I'm probably miles out. Again, it's very, very speculative because all we got to go on is these couple of images that we're going through here together. But yeah, it's crazy. J.K. Mallam, here is a representative of Scotland. Why aye? Why aye? Did I see that? How no? Excuse my grammar. Welcome from Scotland. My accent is terrible, but I hope you appreciate it. Ugh, my grammar. my grammar. I gotta go. By the way, Gemini, maybe after the stream you send me some art of your character because I want to draw fan art. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I'd be more than happy to. I'd love to see that. I absolutely love fan art. I love fan art more than anything. It makes me cry. If you guys want to make fan art of me or my OC, then that'll be really cool. In fact, I have something coming up for you guys. In fact, I'm not gonna expand on that too much anyway, but basically I do have an OC character that I wanted to share with you guys and get your opinion on, because it's something I discussed at length with somebody over coffee the other day, and they convinced me that it was a good idea. So I'm gonna give it a shot and see what you guys think, and just share some of that with you. And then if you guys want to draw that or replicate that, or make it your own in any way, I would be honoured by that. I think the eye on the back of the neck represents how, as a detective, she needs to watch her back. It can mean something else, but it's definitely symbolic. Who knows, she could have even been born with it. See, this is the thing, right? If we consider this, right, is it a tattoo or is it an eye? Like, it looks to me like a tattoo. It looks like she's got a tattoo on the back of her neck, and that absolutely could be a representative fact of, she's a detective. She has to have like hyper alert senses. Like she's got to be always alert and aware, and an extra vigilant. But also, yeah, it could represent the fact that she is aware of the nowhere. It could even be something that she brought with her from the nowhere after she escaped as a child. What do we think? I'm going to read this too. So it opens with, I don't remember how I got here. Doesn't matter. I'm doing this while everything's quiet. Cold. Winter must be here again. Already. The sleepy wind, crawling fog, and stifled alleyway cries at dawn. That's great descriptive terminology. To think this was my favourite time of year growing up. The counties, weeks earlier. I hardly recognise it here anymore. Not that the landmarks have changed. What if... no. I've just seen what's in their shadows. Now this is really cool. This is really cool. Because what do you suspect is in their shadows? And also, you guys might appreciate this actually. Right, well, look at this. Have you guys ever been so obsessed with an image? Read along comic stream. I would if I had anything more to read. But have you ever been so obsessed with an image that you do this? I've literally put the images into Microsoft Paint and I'm just moving them around and seeing, because the shadows part, the way it said the shadows, and I'm like, the way it's drawn here, I wondered if this artistic choice was intentional and if it's something that they wanted us to put together. Because look at this, right? If you look at that image, it looks like the page, right? But look at this carefully. Here. This could be a hand. Because this could be a sleeve of an arm. And that arm could be attached to a body up here, right? okay? But I'm thinking, like, how does it connect then? Like, how is, you know, what if I start messing with the order of things? And I started, like, that's why there's so many of these lines where I've, like, not cut them perfectly and stuff. But, like, you know, so I'd, like, cut out the shape like this. And I'd move it around. And be like, you know, where, if that's our arm up there, then where could this fit? You know, does it fit more perfectly there? Like, what if I lied it there? Does that work? Not really. You know, what if I put it up here? What if I spin it upside down and try and connect them that way? You know, wait a minute. Does that make an image or not? Yep. There, it's like, now what, like, kind of squint, like, and think, is this a picture now? Is this a bit? And again, I'm probably looking way too deep into this stuff, but I've been and I've messed with the contrast and everything like that, and looking, trying to figure out, you know, if this is an arm, then where's the head? You know, where does this arm lead to? You know, and is it a picture that'll be developed over the next couple of pages or whatever? I probably am looking way too deep into it. But my point is, have any of you guys ever been so taken with an image that you you have to sort of look into this? Like, I'm not insane, right? You know, I'm obsessed, yes. A little bit deluded, absolutely. But I am not insane. I can see something there. And I wondered if you guys could too, and if you think there's any substance to it or not. But the artist with this was quite vocal about, you know, how proud they are of being chosen as the artist for this. I've forgotten his name now, which is very rude of me because I should be able to shout it out. I'll probably get it to you by the end of the stream. But yeah, you see what I mean? Like, they're talking about the shadows. I've just seen what's in their shadows. It's like, okay, so so all I did was I went into the picture and I turned the shadows down. So, like, if I, like, let me just show you my thought process here. I opened the image like this. I took the image, like, not in Paint, gosh darn it. I opened it with photos, and then I went to edit, and then I clicked adjust, went to shadows, and I just turned them all the way down. And like that, notice how it kind of highlights these really dark areas. And I'm like, okay, like, well, what if I keep messing with it? What if I change the contrast somewhat? Oh, now it's starting to look a bit more deliberate, right? You know, but what bits are we supposed to be paying attention to? The white bits or the black bits? Are they in the right order? You know, what if these images are supposed to go together in one way or another? And again, I am probably grasping at straws. This is probably just my over-analytical mind being hyper-fixated on trying to pull some information out of something that is completely negligible and simply a fantastic artistic choice by the developers of these comics and by the artist involved, who I wish I could name, and it's really annoying me. But, you know, that could it be something? Like, are we missing something? What happens if I get all of these images and I layer them on top of one another and then cross-reference them? Then do we have a complete image? Or is there just absolutely nothing here? You know, is this literally just there to create atmosphere? You know, where are we with this? What do you guys think? I'm going to read what some of you guys think. Will you be playing single player? Low and Alone. Gemini, can you look at my new short on live? It doesn't have any music though. I will if I can find it, Low and Alone. I'll try and get onto your channel in just a sec, because I am able to do that today. So if I get a chance, I will. I'm just going to read through a couple more of these comments though. Solomax, Gemini, will you be playing single player or multiplayer on your first playthrough? I'm going to play single player with an AI companion for maximum immersion. I unfortunately feel like having a microphone and having a companion throughout this kind of adventure steals away a bit of the emotion, and I want to be petrified. And I'm sure I would be even with a companion, but when I'm playing with a friend, it kind of takes some of the immersion away from me. I like to, you know, dim all the lights and get my room set up and get the headphones on and tune up my equalizer and everything, and then play to the full effect of the game. So I'm going to be playing alone. And then I'll be playing it a full playthrough as low, then a full playthrough as alone, then maxing out, getting all the trophies or achievements or, you know, the platinum or whatever it is you call it. 100% in the game. And then I am going to, in whatever order it comes in, then I'm going to play it in multiplayer with somebody. I don't know who yet, I'm not sure. Probably not on stream unless it's some kind of collaboration, which I doubt because I very, very rarely collab. I think I've only done like 2 or 3 in my entire life. I don't really collaborate. And if I ever did, it would be with maybe somebody like Just Jord or something like that. But I'm not holding out hope for that because, again, Jord is an exceedingly busy dude. I'm a pretty busy guy myself, and making that kind of thing line up would be really difficult, especially with the amount of people I know who want to play with Jord. If you know, you know what I'm saying. So, yeah, absolutely not. What have you done? I know, Whiskey, I know. Plasmatic, literally me. If I'm being honest, that one frame where she's standing right next to the eye, it really, really resembles the Mirror Man and how the smoke comes out of his head. Am I crazy or not? No, Mooncake, you're absolutely right, because that was what I suspected. In fact, that's why I moved her there, because when I was putting these images on top of one another, I took this image here of her standing. So we got the detective standing, like that. And I took this image and I moved it down, get it at 100 degree, and I moved it down here because if you look at it like this, there, it kind of looks like she's looking into a mirror, doesn't it? A little bit. Like if you look at it that way, and I'm wondering where this little blue line fits in. I'm sure it's probably right at the bottom. That could be another one there. This could be more than one, or whatever. But you know, like, so it's sort of like when I had it there, it's like it looks like she's looking into a mirror, kind of thing. Like if you like, this is the mirror, sort of thing, reflecting the nowhere back at her, sort of thing, or whatever. Again, probably thinking way too much into it, but yeah, I did absolutely think that. You are not crazy by any stretch of the imagination, and if you are, we all are, because we're all doing the same thing. This is normal behaviour for a Little Nightmares fan to be. It really is, Karina, yeah. Like, we are absolutely this obsessed. There's kind of an emphasis on shadow. Yeah, I agree. Sorry, I keep getting cobwebbed. I've got cobwebs on my chair. Oh my god, imagine if the detective is CC. Yeah, can you imagine? Like, that would be pretty dope, right? Imagine if she's not trying to find the silent girl. Imagine if she's trying to find Otto. Or imagine if she is looking for the silent girl and finds Otto. The shadows above may hold the answers you desperately seek. What if they conceal even more questions, though? Yeah, exactly. Well written, by the way, Puppy Queen. My theory that some children can escape the nowhere may appear to age like fine wine. Quite right, Plasmatic, because I, in fact, made... My last theory video was called the escapee theory, where I postulated, if you haven't seen it already, quick spoiler alert, I postulated that this detective, this lady here, this detective and this young lady are the same person. And what we're seeing here is our first ever example of a nowhere escapee. And there's a couple of reasons for this. Obviously, we've got, like, you know, the shadow on the wall behind the detective is actually the shadow of the silent girl, even goes so far as to put the X on the thing. But something else I've noticed as well, like, there's a lot of, in the description, there was a lot of themes of silence and being stifled, like being ignored and all the rest of it, and adversity. But if we just break it down on a fundamental level, think about this, look carefully. Look at these two characters, but like just on the most basic level, without a description or anything, just look. Look at her nose. And look at her nose. Look at her eyebrows. And look at her eyebrows. Look at her ear. And the shape of it, slightly pointed, small lobe. Slightly pointed, small lobe. And even like the way she's sort of pouting here, it's got like a, like if I draw on it, it's going to kind of ruin everything, but like she's got like an almost telltale mark here. Don't you think? That could very well, you know, and again, I'm probably thinking too much into it, but do you guys see what I mean? Even just based on the fundamental appearance of these characters, they're quite similar. in that regard. So it might be trying to tell us that, you know, these people are linked in one way or another, but I think that they are the same person, purely because, like, this big X here is this big X here, and this shadow is connected to this person. You know, so that was kind of my thought process on the whole thing. I deep dive this quite intentionally over on my theory video, the escapee theory, so please feel free to check that out if you haven't already, and if you have, please let me know if you think I'm onto something or if I'm just grasping at straws, because again, everything right here is completely hypothetical. KR, hey Gemini, I will have to go soon, but is it okay if I share a theory that I've been working on for a while? Yes, KR, please share your theory in its absolution, and if I don't get a chance to read it, I do apologise, but if I don't get to read it on the stream, or if, like, the chat's not functioning, or it doesn't let you send it, or if it's a bit too long or whatever, please write it out in its entirety and leave it in the comments on my most recent video. I will read it, I will, because I read all of them, I will address it, and I'll take everything you say into account. But please share, absolutely share. That's what we're here to do. Everybody should share their theories if they have them. Absolutely, yeah. Please share before you go. You should stream playing Little Nightmares 3 with a viewer after you've recorded your playthrough. It is something I've considered, but again, I think it's a little bit difficult because I don't collab. Not just the fact that it's like, oh, I'm not playing with viewers. I'm not playing with anyone. Like, there are dozens of YouTubers that reach out to me because I'm so popular. What a douche I sound. But there have been a lot of YouTubers that have reached out to me asking for collaborations, and as much as I like these people and enjoy their content and like what they do, I don't really like to collaborate all that much. I don't like having other people on the channel and influence it, and I don't like being involved with other people's channels and letting my influence drip into there. I believe in building a channel on its own merits, and there is nothing wrong with collaborating at all. In fact, a lot of channels are built very well off of it. But as it stands for now, I don't think I'm in a position that I could comfortably invite a viewer or a fan or even another content creator to come and play a game like this with me outside of the ridiculous titles like Just Jawed, Super Horror Bro Mike, Terrico, Gaming Beaver, that sort of thing. Like, if they wrote to me and said, would you like to collab? It's like, well, of course, because that's a huge help to me. But even then, I would want grotesque detail. I don't want to know how, why, when, how are we promoting it, where are we promoting it, who is your audience, who is my audience, does it make sense to collaborate, sort of thing. So not really something I would consider, at least not in the near future. Don't give up hope. Like, if it's something that you want to do, if you're saying you would like to play a video game with me, then awesome, maybe someday, but it's not something that I'd be considering any time in the near future, unfortunately. Maybe it's a coincidence though. Yeah, it absolutely could be a coincidence, Puppy Queen, you're absolutely right. Yo, Gemini, can you wish me and my friend group good tidings for Halloween night? We wish to have luck for scaring the unworthy. Very well said, Mal. And I tell you what I'll do. I might just give you a little trick or treat. Shall we do that, guys? Shall we do a little trick or treat? What do we reckon? Shall we go trick or treat? Because I've got like 51% on my trick, so if you haven't cast your votes, do it now. You have 10 seconds. And then I'm going to go for this. Maybe the detective is the Silent Girl's mother. Maybe. Wait a minute, you're actually onto something. I hope so. I really hope so. And yes, King, yeah, absolutely, Mal. I wish you and your friends all the best tidings. I hope you get all the candy in the world. And I hope you have a great night doing whatever you decide to do. I actually pressed a button then, and I didn't mean to. I do apologise. We just went to commercial break for a second. That was rude of me. Yeah, trick is winning, Altac. You're absolutely right. I apologise that this is not related to Little Nightmares, but do you have time to react to the Subliminal trailer? I do want to keep this stream strictly Little Nightmares focused for the moment, if that's okay, crazy YouTuber. Not that I'm not interested in the Subliminal trailer, I absolutely am, because I've heard that it looks dope. But it's something that I'm going to have to check out on another stream, I believe, because, again, this is like a little nightmares focused stream. I really appreciate you bringing it up with me, because it's definitely something that I would consider, just maybe not now, especially because I did state earlier on that this is going to be a shorter stream, and that's purely because I've got an appointment to keep that I'd really like to respect the person enough to keep my appointment with them, and it is coming up before long, so I won't have a lot more time, but I do want to listen to KR's theory. I do want to check out Low and Alone short video real quick, and then I'm going to just talk to you guys for like the last 10 minutes. But yeah, thank you for bringing it up though. I really appreciate it. Don't think I'm being ignorant by refusing. It is going to be something that I check out eventually. I might even save it and do it on the channel for you next time if you bring it up early. Oh guys, 51%. Are you feeling brave? Alright, you asked for it. You asked for it. Right. Ready? We're gonna play trick or treat. Now. Watch carefully. Ready? You ready? Did you think I was gonna jump scare you? I'm sorry. I'm not. Oh, that was funny. I enjoyed that. I'm so sorry, Whiskey. I couldn't help it. It's Halloween. You have to excuse my bad behavior. I hate you, John. No. What's that? That actually scared me. Death, hello. What would treat have been? I guess you'll never know, Altac. Should have voted treat. The treat would have been watching me eat a hat. Psychological warfare right there. Caught me off guard for real. Oh, yeah, that was fun, guys. And what if I did it again? I know some of you literally just went, nope, 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 just took your headphones off. Like, nope, volume, turn that down. Oh, I'm gonna choke. Don't click off the stream, guys, because I'm probably gonna choke and you don't want to miss that. You wouldn't. Oh, yeah. Try me. No, I'm not going to do it again. I said trick or treat. I tricked you. I'm happy. Whiskey's unsubscribing. I'm so sorry, Whiskey. I'm really sorry. Mooncake, gasp. So scary. Gasp. Oh, I am sorry, guys. I didn't mean to frighten you. I absolutely did. But it's Halloween. Don't choke, bro. We need you. I don't think Whiskey does. Whiskey's hoping I choke. That's the only reason Whiskey's still here. Whiskey the opossum is just like, you deserve to choke. I can't hear. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, like, Whiskey's genuinely mad at me now. I think some of you guys, I expected some people would get actually mad at me for that, but I've always wanted to do it. It startled me. Oh, I had to wait to make sure, like, no more. I know, honestly, right? Look at what the sugar's done to me. I hope the 2%. I lost my 2%. Oh, you guys are the best. This is funny. Don't you dare kill Gem. We need him for the ritual. Indeed, we do. Indeed, we do. God, we're a cult. We're a cult. That's it. My family were right. The police were right. Everyone was right about me. I'm a cult leader. Leave without saving. Yes, I will leave without saving. Right, and get away from these now. Okay, so was there anything else I wanted to cover with you guys? Oh yeah, there were these images too, weren't there? this. So this is interesting because right here, I think what we're seeing here, I am sorry for anybody that actually startled as well, because I was supposed to get the better of you and play a little trick. That's the point of trick or treating. You guys have got a trick, but I'm giving you a treat as well, because you all get a free entry into this potential giveaway. Who knows, Whiskey, you might even win the comics, and then everyone will be jealous of you anyways. So, like, I can get you back, don't you worry. But yeah, if you guys take a look at this, if you've listened to the Sounds of Nightmares podcast, the audio series, you will have heard the first episode, obviously, being the opening one, and it took place in a prison that Noon described in detail. And this is potentially, because it's not confirmed, but this is potentially our first look at that prison, because of course you can see right here we got barred windows, we've got old stone floors as was described, and most importantly, the most striking part of this image is obviously the chain warden right here. This lady whose face was equally old and young at the same time, wore like an old nun's dress and had chains slaking out from underneath it. I think she's a brilliant character, and in fact it was just GKS's clay model of this character that I thought was really interesting. But this is the official artwork of this particular character. If that is in fact who we're seeing, we might be mistaken because this image is all we've got, but I don't think that it could be anyone else in particular. And can we just say how good this artwork looks? Like, how perfect are these characters? Look at her. She's awesome. What a great character. And it's strange as well because she doesn't have her face covered, but she still has something that sets her apart. I think that's really, really cool. Excellent character design. Now look at these. Look how good these are. And this as well, do we suspect that this is a person? Because the description said that there were cages, like whimpering cages with other children in. Could these be them? Well, this be them. It's the same cage with the same girl. She's just going down the chain into this sort of like what looks like a well, but I don't think it is. I think it's more like a vent or a shaft, like a gap between the walls, and then she escapes into this area here. And it looks like then she moves on to the next panel. She comes out here, down there, and she continues her descent. But she gets busted because she's being chased by this thing. But again, we don't even know what order we're getting these in. But what do you guys think of this image here? Do you think this is the chain warden? Do you think this area is the prison? Or do you think we're mistaken? I think it's pretty concrete, pardon the pun. But yeah, I think that that's what we're seeing here is the area from the Sounds of Nightmares that Noon visited. What do you guys think? Oh, shoot, I can't believe that. I'm so sorry, guys. I've just been talking all that time, asking, what do you think of this, and this, and this, and this, and I haven't even switched my screen. Amateur YouTuber, guys. Amateur YouTuber. Rookie error. What an idiot. Let me just switch this back real fast. There you go. You guys, I'm sure, already know what I was talking about, but I was referencing this lady here. So we got our nice character here, the prison area, and then the chain warden. And then, obviously, our new friend shimmying down into these cages, which I think have children in, by the description, and blah, blah. But there, yeah, what do we think, guys? Is this the area from the Sounds of Nightmares? I think so. Yes, very funny fail. Yeah, lost a monster. Yeah, absolutely. Straight up fail. L Gemini. F's in the chat for Gemini. Like, fire me as the cult leader. Sacrifice the older version of the Lollipop Kid for infinite candy. Now who's with me? We need him for giveaways. Oh, it's good to know what I mean to you, Altac. Good to see where I lie. Ah, there you go. Also, my face is back now. Unlucky. Actually, don't want the comic. Whiskey doesn't even want the comic. Just super mad. Ah, Gemini cult. Yeah, what do we say, guys? Are we a cult? Who's with me? Who's going to drink the Kool-Aid? Oh, God, I'm going to hell. I'm going to hell. Plot twist, Gemini is a ghost. That's why he's wearing the same sweater every stream and video, because he is dead, and those are the clothes he died in. Not a bad theory. What makes you think I'm a ghost, though? What if I'm a poltergeist? Also, I changed my lights to purple and orange, and I keep forgetting. And then when I look in the background, I'm like, why is my light such a funny colour? Halloween. And yeah, I often wear this particular jumper because it's my favourite one because it's branded, as you can see. This is like this was like an idea for what I was going to make as merch eventually, or something along these lines. It's not always the same one. I've actually got more than one of these that's like this, but all of my like outfits for recording are all either blue and red or black and white. They're all duality two-toned like that. I wear this one more often than any when I'm live, just because, again, I like the aesthetic. I like the fact that it has the name and everything. It's kind of on brand. But yeah. Someone made a stop-motion animation of the Sounds of Nightmares episode. Well, yes, they did. Yes, they did, and it was excellent. It was absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. I can't remember who did that now. Was it the Overman? Oh, I don't remember. That's something else that I should have shouted out today as well. But again, something that I'm going to save for a later date, because there are going to be not necessarily live streams. Maybe live streams, maybe videos. What do you guys think? Would you like me to do a video where I focus entirely on shouting out and reviewing other Little Nightmares YouTubers? Or would you just like to chat to me randomly, like, listen to me and like run the risk of me deafening you every occasion? I do think it's a tall woman. Yeah, so do I, Whiskey. I agree with that, absolutely. Yeah, Mooncake, that's what I was thinking, because I would love to see. That's why I got so excited to share just GKS's clay work, because the Tosher was one of my favourite descriptions of the monster design, and there's loads of them, right? You know, the purple, the man in the purple suit. How cool would that be to see conceptualised? And we might get to see that. We might get to see it in the game. We might get to see it in the comics. Just GKS might even model us one. Who knows? Sacrifice Gemini for Little Nightmares 3. It's very much underwhelming. That was a ritual fish sticks. Definitely her. Yeah, I'm pretty convinced it's her. Woman with the chains. Absolutely. Yeah, we're definitely a cult at this point with the law of Gemini Street. It's not too far from the truth. Jack's actually right, because I live in hell. Like, okay. All right. I'm going to share something super quick that I maybe shouldn't share on the channel. But look at this. So where I live, let me just get this thing up. So these are pictures that I've taken from my window of my town where I live over the course of the last month or so. And yeah, like, so as you can see, police. Oh look, police, riots, police and riots and guns and violence, and oh look, more police and violence, and oh look, somebody burned down my favourite chip shop, and oh somebody got attacked. I shouldn't have shown that. Oh my god. Violence, guns. Like, this is where I live. That's my town. That's not only is that my town, that's my street. Them pictures were taken all on different days over the course of about 2 months. And it's a running joke that I've got going on with a good friend of mine, RJ, from over at the channel Casual Hardcore Gamers, who came to visit me from Washington, Seattle, over in the United States, came here, and oh my god, it was brutal. Because he's never seen anything like where I live, because it's not a nice place. And yes, it might have been Mooncake, it probably was. Yeah, so it's like, where people paint my town as like a really pretty, nice, safe place and all the rest of it, and it's really not. My town sucks. But there's a lot of love about it, but it's the people that ruin it. So yeah, anyway, just thought I'd share that with you guys, because my town is like really old and all the buildings are falling down, and that's my street. Like, that's the street I live on, and it's constantly got something going on because there's drug dens everywhere. Like, every third or fourth house is a drug den. So there's constant raids, there's constant break-ins, there's constant violence, there's constant drugs and all of that stuff. And, you know, it's barely worth sharing, you know, it's just something that I always talk about, but nobody ever really gets it. So I thought, well, you know, I'll just show you a couple of pictures and see. I have family that live in your town. Do you? Oh, I feel so sorry for them, Mal. I feel so sorry for them. But again, living here, you get used to it. So when you ask people what's it like living here, it's not too bad because you just learn to cope. I cope by staying indoors all the time. I don't go anywhere. My doors are locked. I have chains and bars and stuff. Like, I try and keep everything going. But yeah. Hey, no worries, E7. I appreciate you coming back anyway. But yeah, the UK, especially the older parts, like my town, give off very nowhere vibes, because of the amount of like desolate houses and dead businesses and like empty shops and stuff like that. And then all the residents want to kill you. So yeah, like, it's just one of those places. But either way, a pretty negative note to end on. But it's just something that I talk about a lot, but I figured I would share with you guys just a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and kill the display, put my background on. And if my camera will work, which it doesn't appear to want to now, but it's just as well. As long as you're not given any reason to attack you, then you should be okay in theory. I mean, you've obviously have enough to... Yeah, exactly. It is pretty wild and it can be pretty rough. But again, you know, I've lived here for a long time. I can handle myself. I eat people. Apparently. I'm a cult leader. So I've got all of you guys backing me up. So I'll be fine. It really isn't all that bad. But, you know, for all I complain about it, people are like, well, is it really that bad? And I'm like, yeah, look. I show you pictures of my street. They're literally pictures I took like on the way to the gym. That's it. It's a 5-minute walk down my street. It's just all one street. So I can't imagine what the rough parts of my town look like. Well, I can, because I've been there. But anyways, I really hope that you guys have enjoyed this stream. Again, if you haven't already entered the giveaway and you would like to, just enter the word spooky in all caps in the chat. They will all be counted by a member of my by myself and a member of my team tomorrow. And the winner will be announced within 24 hours of this stream's conclusion. So be sure to ring the notification bell. Make sure that you're subscribed and you've got notifications on so that you definitely get to see when the winner is announced, because it could be you. And then I'll reach out to you, we'll figure out a way to communicate, and then I can send you your prize as and when it is released, date to be confirmed. But I wish you all the best of luck. It's been absolutely fantastic getting to spend my Halloween with you guys. I hope you don't mind my little trick too much, the whole trick or treat thing. It was a good laugh and a bit of fun, and yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed yourselves. And I think I'm going to call it here. But thank you all so much for watching. But until next time, that's game over. Bye.